Hey guys, Ben, America's Baseball Camps, just touching base in regards to your swing from the camp, and just want to go over some things that I see that we can work on with getting ourselves a little bit better in regards to our mechanics, and wanted to go through those with you. So let's go ahead and get started. One thing I would like to see changed is, I know you kind of start back. I like to start more 50-50. When I was with the White Sox, we did a lot of things where we started really 50-50, and I know you kind of lean back. Because if you look at your back knee here, it's almost over your foot. And that's very important to have that inside of your feet. So I would be really cautious of starting back that far. I like you more 50-50 and then kind of rock back and then go forward. But that's just me. If you are going to do it like this, make sure this back foot gets really turned in, and make sure this knee gets really inside of our feet. Right now that knee is on the outside part of our feet, and that's going to take away a lot of power when your knee's facing that direction. That knee needs to be facing towards this other knee. So you got to turn that back foot in a lot to make sure that your knees get in the right place that they want to be. Eyes are on the ball fine. As far as for your hand and your start position, I do like your hands up in that area. You have good posture. So other than that, as far as for your foundation being that 50-50, I think you're in pretty good shape in regards to our stance. Going into the next phase of our swing, which is called land foot, the biggest thing we got to watch is watch this front foot down here. As I go into land foot, you can see how much this foot opens up, and I really land on my heel, or on the outside part of my foot. You can see right now that your heel of your shoe is actually facing the guys on deck, whereas right now I want that heel to be facing this dugout over here. What that's going to do is it's going to be able to hit you against a firm front, closed front side. And right now you have an open front side. And that's going to take away a lot of your power and do a lot of things where it's going to just take away a lot of the weight transfer into the ball when you don't have that kind of closed, firm front side. So make sure at this point of your stride that your heel is facing that dugout and it's not open that much. You want that toe more pointing towards the first base dugout. Right now it's more pointing towards first base, so just something to be cautious of. The other thing we need to talk about when I go to do, just be cautious so that this arm gets a little bit straight, not too bad, but this bottom arm gets a little bit straight. The biggest thing though is we've got to keep that barrel up. You can see that at this point that barrel is already below my hands, and you want to work more downhill. So what you want to do at that point, you want your barrel to be here so you can be working this way to the baseball. But you can see as I come through, you come through flat, which is good, but if it's a different pitch or a lower pitch, that barrel is going to really drag on us and be kind of underneath the ball. So just make sure when you go through that you're going to keep that barrel up and you're really working down on through the baseball. One thing you do see is when you finish, that when you hit right away your hands went down. If anything, your hands right now need to go through the baseball, and then you want to finish with your hands up in here as far as with the bat. And you'll notice right now when you hit, if I advance here, you can see those hands really go down, and I finished down there. So don't snap your hands and then you bring them back up. Just keep going through that baseball, and then you have your hands keep going through, and then just have them go from this point and do nothing but get higher, and then finish out behind your back. Compared right now, don't roll your hands over and finish down low. One thing we do need to do is work on having a better foundation. You'll see after contact here, you're actually pretty good at contact as far as for going from the ground up. You have a good position in regards to your head in relation to your legs. Your front side is firm, and your back side is bent, and you're nice and tall. Your front side, again, is a little bit open. But from this point on, your foundation begins to go away. And what you want to do is at the end of your swing, I want you to hold your finish. And you can make sure that you can really work on having a good foundation to work from. And I want you to take a full swing and then stop and freeze at the end and really hold your finish, because it can really get your legs involved. You'll see here as we keep going forward that you kind of don't keep your feet and your balance. At the end you can see that this bottom foot, that this toe is off the ground, that your entire foot is on the ground, and your back leg, you can see that back foot is your heel's on the ground. At this part of our swing, you want that heel to be up in here, and you want that front foot to be on the ground and closed, more pointing towards the first base dugout. And so we need to get a better foundation to work from. That's going to help us be stronger and be more consistent. So I can see here too, when we stop, back it up. Again, be cautious of this bottom arm. This one gets a little bit straight right here. Gets a little firm on that bottom arm. What I would do at this point of our swing is still want a decent angle in my elbow, and I'd get like a T-ball bat or a really small bat and just rest it on your shoulder and have someone just flip you soft toss and rest it on your shoulder and then just go right to contact. And what you want to do is you want to stay short to the ball and long through the ball. And here you're a little bit long to the ball and then you're a little bit short through it. And you want to be the opposite. We call it being short to the ball and long through the ball. But if we straighten out that bottom arm too early, then we become casting to the ball and we become long to it. Again, not bad. You can see right at contact, see those hands snap over and down. Right there, you want to make sure that your hands continue the path up in here, and don't want to have them go behind your back. That's too low. You can see that your foundation, you don't have a lot of legs underneath you, so you weren't very powerful. We weren't losing all of our weight into this ball because we're back on our heels on the front foot, and that back foot is going back down. You can see how we're going to kind of fall over here. So we really need to get our legs underneath us and have a better foundation at the end where we kind of stay closed. And what I would do is put a tee nice and deep and work on balls away that you can really get yourself strong at contact, and you can be more consistent with your lower half, because we got to engage that more because you have a lot more power than what you're showing in your swings now. Just if you can get the lower half in between. If anything, you want to hit and fall towards first base because that's where you're going. So I don't want you to fall anywhere, but just practice by swinging and holding your finish. And those are the things you can really work on. So work on your balance, work on your finish, make sure that you are short to the ball, and those 4 or 5, just watch this video over and over again, and those are the things that you need to work on in regards, from my opinion, in regards to your hitting. So we wish you the best this year. Hope to have you back, and go start hitting and get these things tweaked out, and come back and see us and show us how you've improved. Have a great year.